Yes, people, welcome along to Aston Villa from the stands. It's game day, Tottenham versus Aston Villa in the Premier League. We've had the dullest international break known to mankind. Club football's back. Let's hope Aston Villa serve us up with a dish of delightfulness. Hope you're well, hope you're good. We're here to bring you the game day coverage. The watch along will be on Big Up. I will be providing that link in the description, under the pinned comment, and in the live chat as well. So hope everyone is good and well. Thank you for tuning in. First things first, welcome in, welcome back, big up, all that jazz. We're here for the watch on build up, and I'm looking forward to this one. It's been a while since we had the Premier League on our screens. Feels too long, actually. We've seen some interesting results yesterday. Teams doing the business, teams falling short. How will Aston Villa fare? We'll have to wait and see. This is my lineup reveal. I haven't looked at the lineup. I don't know the lineup. As I said, had my daughter's football this morning, so I haven't even looked at the lineup, but we're going to get the lineup on screen right now. So I'm going to show you my live lineup reveal and get everything sorted and shared and ready for that one. So here we go. Lineup. There we go. Let's have a look, people. Let's have a look at what the crack is here. But yeah, do say hello in the chat. Do welcome in. Let's get some up the villas in here as well. Let's see what the crack is. Here it is, your afternoon 11. And we have the following. We have Emi Martinez, Cash, Hotpsur, Pau, Luca Dean. Okay, yeah, strong. I knew Luca Dean would play over Matson, so that's fine. Anana comes into the starting lineup. That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting one that Anana's in the starting lineup alongside Kamara. McGinn, Gesson, Rogers, and Donyell Marlin starts. Donyell Marlin is starting, people. That surprised me. Which obviously means Ollie is not deemed to be fit enough to start. And there he is on the bench. So we've got Matson, Lindelof, Barkley, Watkins, Sancho, Buendia, Elliott, Bogard. It's actually quite a strong bench for the first time in a while for Villa. It is actually one of our strongest benches we've had in a while. But yeah, the fact that Donyell Marlin is getting a chance to play as the number 9, I find fascinating. I guess we're going to have McGinn. I wonder if McGinn's playing central and Rogers will be wide left and Gesson wide right. That's probably a possibility. And then obviously we've got the Kamara and Anana duo there. So all things being said, that Aston Villa lineup is strong, it's tasty. I like it. The only thing that I'd probably say for me is maybe, and of course, I'd love to see Harvey Elliott feature and play, but the one I actually feel probably a little bit more sorry for is actually Bogard's missed out. And he's done a pretty solid job, Bogard, in terms of cementing his sort of stature and trying to get first team football and within that. And I think that Anana to jump straight into the team, it's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of expectation. But yeah, let me know if you like the team. Let me know if you like the lineup. Big up to each and every single one of you. Yeah, what's your thoughts on this then, people? What is your thoughts on that Aston Villa lineup? We are obviously going to be doing the watch along on Big Up, so everyone who is a loyal supporter, make sure you come over and tune in with us. But yeah, thoughts on the lineup? Feel free to get involved in the chat. Make sure you're smashing that like button as well. And yeah, this is our build up to Premier League. We are for 13 minutes away. I've got to try and find my remote here, which I was. There it is. 13 minutes away from the big kickoff. Let's have a quick look at Spurs' team as well. Always like to see how the opposition are sort of faring and what they look like. I've got a feeling that Spurs, from where I spoke to Deji, their biggest problem is their attack. They don't have the attack that they wish they did. So let's have a look at this. Tottenham starting 11. Romero has dropped out the lineup. Just seen a bit of breaking news. Romero has dropped out of the starting lineup for Tottenham. Kevin Danso's a late replacement coming in, and Romero's dropped out. Big up to Duncan. I'm sure you'll be joining us for the watch on Duncan on the old big up as well. Thank you, Duncan. Big up to you, my friend. Yeah, we are here to hopefully see a very good Aston Villa performance. But just looking at that Spurs team then, first of all, someone needs to have a word with the admin. They've done an Aston Villa pre-season. They've put the Spurs lineup in number order. They're real. They need help. They actually need help. Why are you putting it in number order? But let's go for this. So Palhinha will be in that holding midfield role. They've got Xavi Simons. Mateus Tel, apparently he's awful. Has had an awful season, so that's quite good. Romero drops out and Danso comes in. Mohamed Kudus is their game changer. Pedro Porro and Spence are the fullbacks. Odegaard, Bentancur, Van der Ven. When you honestly look at that team for Spurs today, and it will be in cutthroat and real, that, and I don't want to undermine it, but genuinely, Mohamed Kudus seems the only threat in that team. Odegaard doesn't scare me as such, and neither does Mateus Tel. But as Roy's just said, watch Tel get a hat trick because he said that. Literally would be the way, Roy. And look, I think what Duncan and me are sort of saying is that Spurs 11 isn't as good or as scary as it could be or used to be. So do I fear that team? Not necessarily. But at the same time, it's all about what Aston Villa can do. So coming out of that and just your thoughts on that team. If Mateus Tel is their talisman and you've got Odegaard and Kudus on the wings, this Villa team should be able to handle that. And I actually think that the way that we've defended of recent times, we're looking a little bit more solid, especially with that comfortable partnership now of Pau Torres and Ezri Konsa. And we should be able to handle these boys, 100%. Palhinha and Kudus are the only player who made Villa's first 11. Yeah. So look, what probably also caught my eye is, yes, they've got Richarlison, they've got Brennan Johnson, they've got Colin Wani on the bench Spurs, but I think our bench, check me if I'm wrong, but I think the Villa bench, I'm going to put it up again, I actually think the Villa bench looks stronger than it's ever looked. There is some depth there for sure. Especially because I guess that Onana's come back in, so it does add an extra depth. Not that I'm Onana's biggest fan, but if you again go to it, you've got the fact that you've got Gesson, Rogers, McGinn, Marlon. I'm interested to see what role McGinn plays today. I can't lie about that. I want to know how McGinn is going to feature and what and how he's going to operate. But look at it. You got Maatsen, you got Lindelof, Barkley, Watkins, Sancho, Buendia, Elliott, Bogard. I don't know. I think that's quite strong. There's some good game changers on that bench today. So I hope we're feeling confident. I hope feeling good about ourselves. And yeah, as I said, this is our sort of burr. I think we soak up pressure first half, play crap for it, then come out firing second half. We tend to be like that, don't we, Roy? We tend to be like that. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure that you get your score prediction. We are going to go over to the bit in a minute. Roy saying 4-2, Stephen saying 4-2-2-3. I think you've got one extra player there, Stephen, because you've not included the goalkeeper in there. I had to quickly count there for a second. But yeah, we will be going over to here. I'm going to get the link in to the chat as well, so you can be in and amongst it. Let me just get that now. But yeah, that's where we're heading to for the watch along. It's going to be a good vibe, a chilled vibe. We should be all looking forward to it. But yeah, big up to Duncan, Stephen, and Roy in the chat. Hopefully, you guys will come and join me. And yeah, we'll be doing what we usually do, which is doing the watch along, getting in amongst it, hoping we have a good performance. Yeah, why not? Why not? But yeah, that's where we'll be doing it today. Of course, they've got the fantasy game. It's a box midfield. It does feel like that. I think McGinn could get in amongst that Spurs midfield. That Spurs midfield, apart from Palhinha, you take Palhinha out of that Spurs midfield, it's pretty dusty. So, am I worried about the Spurs team as I used to be? When you used to face Spurs, Son, Kulusevski, Maddison to some extent, Solanke. That team that I've just said there is not the same as Kudus, Odegaard, Mateus Tel. So it does surprise me where Spurs are in the league. I'm not going to lie in third. But I also think that's probably credit to Thomas Frank. I think Thomas Frank has to take a lot of credit. I think Thomas Frank must take credit for the job he's done. And that is massive in itself. So, yeah. Am I scared? Am I scared? No. I'm actually looking forward to this one. So, look, you guys have been brilliant. We are going to jump over to Big Up. Potaz is in the house, Retro as well. Make sure you come over to the pin comment. I want to see you all over there. We're going to have our exclusive watch on. We've got all the interactive scoreboards. We've got the live tactics board that we can use, etc. And you can join the studio. So make sure you come over to the Big Up. We're going to divert over there now. This link is in the pinned comment and it's there. Get over to the Big Up right now. Let's get up for this. Up the Villa, boys. Come on. Let's have it. Let's absolutely have it. And yeah, I'll see you on this other side. Get in the Big Up. I'll see your comments in there. I'm going live there in a second. Up the Villa. Ta-da.